We're hearing this a lot lately. It's 2018 and the YouTube ship has sailed. How can I compete against channels with millions of subscribers on a topic that I'm passionate about with my 10 subscribers? It's too late for me. Absolute nonsense. First of all, there's more people using YouTube than ever before. And even today, we're seeing channels with breakthroughs of magnificent proportions. Why do we say that? Well, today we've got the channel with the strategy and the analytics to prove it, in one of the most competitive spaces on YouTube. Let's do this.
vidIQ.
vidIQ.
vidIQ.com.
Now, of course, we can't let this question linger without throwing it out to our community, which is, of course, you folks. So, do you think it's too late to start a YouTube channel and be successful in 2018? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Better yet, if you have any personal experiences of starting a channel this year, let us know in the comments below. Hello, folks. As always, it is awesome to see you. And my name is Rob. If this is your first time here at vidIQ, we are the YouTube tool and channel that aims to help you get more views and save time in the process. Any of the wonderful analytics and screens you see in this video that you're not familiar with come from our Chrome extension, which is of course free to download. Alright then, on to the topic at hand, a case study. We know you love case studies. A channel with barely any traction, a few hundred views a day, suddenly leaps to 10,000 views a day with a single video and then manages to follow it up with more content getting a similar amount of views. All in one of the most saturated genres on YouTube right now, Fortnite. How did they do it? Let's take a look. And this is the channel at the centre of our case study, Marcelinios. I hope I've got your pronunciation right. The channel banner doesn't necessarily suggest a focus or a topic for the videos, and the description confirms this. A 15-year-old kid trying to become someone in this platform. I do make different videos about different topics, so we already potentially have an issue of what the focus of this channel is in terms of what it's bringing to its audience. And the statistics for April of this year confirm that. It was a channel that was getting maybe a couple of hundred views when they released a video, and subscriber-wise, they weren't picking up any sort of audience at that stage. And the content seems to match the description. Random videos, random topics. If we take a glance at the videos prior to May and June, we have a tricycle review here, something about being hacked and apocalypse, a Rice Gum and Logan Paul video, reacting to diss tracks. So generally speaking, pranks, maybe reviews of YouTubers, but certainly what you might describe as a lack of focus for a small channel trying to find their niche. And then all of a sudden, 3 months ago, we happen across this video here, which gets 23,000 views and seems to be on a completely new topic of Fortnite. This is where the investigation gets deep. Okay, let's briefly talk about Fortnite. It is one of the most popular games on the planet right now. As you can see, it's getting 15 million plus monthly searches. And if you do a search just for Fortnite on YouTube, you will see at the top of the search terms channels such as Ali with nearly 15 million subscribers and millions of views on each of their videos. And if you were to try and break into just the Fortnite search term as a smaller channel, you will find it almost impossible. Look at the sizes of the channels here. Another one with 100,000 subscribers and more with 20,000 subscribers, 6 million subscribers, 11 million subscribers. It's going to be very difficult for you to just use Fortnite as your focus. You need to drill down even further. Now, one of the things many gamers want is the best performance from their games when they're playing online. And that brings us on to technical aspects, such as frames per second. To briefly explain frames per second, it's the number of times the screen refreshes when you're playing a game, and gamers want this as high as possible for a smooth experience. So, if we do a search for this in the search box here for YouTube, just look at the potential options that come up here. Fortnite frames per second boost, frames per second mode, frames per second drop, frames per second boost 2018. This is a highly searched area of a specific topic, and this is where you can start to niche down. If we do a search for Fortnite frames per second, look at how this changes the search results. We now see monthly searches around 800,000. Much less than the 50 million for Fortnite in general, but the keyword score here is where it gets really interesting. High search volume, but less competition, which means that there is more demand for this search term than there is supply. And that is represented in these search results at the top here. Instead of having million subscribed channels, we've got hundreds of thousands of subscriber channels. And then if we go to fourth in the list, look at this one here. A channel with 2,800 subscribers has had a video with 100,000 views. And we're going to get back to this channel a little later. But if we scroll down the list a little more, what do we see here? Our hero channel, Marcelinios, with a video that has 37,000 views with the title Fortnite Increase Frames Per Second Boost Performance Season 5. So really specific, niche down title, which is very successful for the size of his channel. There are millions of gaming channels on YouTube right now, so how do you stand out from the crowd? When it comes to the games, you need to be able to answer questions that nobody else can answer faster than anyone else or better than anyone else. This strategy comes from a video we made literally weeks ago about how to start a gaming channel on YouTube in 2018, and this case study is a perfect representation of elements of that. The channel hasn't necessarily answered the question faster than anyone else or even better than anyone else, but there is such a hungry audience out there with so many searches on YouTube and not enough videos supplying the answers that this channel has had the opportunity to break into the top of the search terms. Let's drill a little deeper now into the videos to see why they may have got to the top of the search terms. There is only one place you can start with, and that is the video title and thumbnail. So I'm back here on Marcelinios's channel, and which of the thumbnails that stand out for you? For me, there's two here which perform better than any others in terms of the thumbnail. How to get old Snapchat back seems like a good title, a functional one, and a good thumbnail. Fortunately, that didn't get any traction, but this one here, the ultimate Fortnite frames per second boost 2018. Functional title in one sense, it does exactly what it says on the tin, but it has that tease of the ultimate suggestion. And the thumbnail here with a character from the game and some nice big blocky text, and even reduced down to a smaller size, this thumbnail has a good impact. So it already has an enticing title and thumbnail that you may want to click on if you want the question of getting higher frames per second on Fortnite answered. As for optimization and metadata on the video itself, there are some good aspects and room for improvement. What I do like is that the video tags are very specific. So we're not looking at general Fortnite, Battle Royale, video game tags. We're focusing down on the topic and the subject, which is these frames per second and how to boost them. So here we have here Ultimate Fortnite Frames Per Second Boost, which is ranking number 5 for that search term. Now, when we go to that search term, it doesn't have much search volume itself, so it's a very specific keyword. However, the channel has done well in ranking right here at the top of the search terms. But there's still room for improvement. If we look at the top result here, a channel with only 700 subscribers has a video with over 200,000 views. And look at how specific the tags here, and where there could be room for improvement on Marcelinios's videos. He could use some of these tags to enhance his. And there's also some options here down in the top search keyword suggestion in our search companion here. More opportunities for potentially more tags, just to add more focus to the video itself if possible. Now we need to take a little bit of a step back here. Thanks. This video itself didn't perform that well to begin with, same as all the other videos on the channel, a couple of hundred views, but it did focus the channel creator onto this concept of trying to improve your frames per second on Fortnite, a very specific topic, and there were some more videos that he made. Then something amazing happened, and this is thanks to a trending topic. Within this game of Fortnite there are different seasons, and a new season was just about to be released on July the 12th. So Marcelinios updated his video to have ultimate frames per second boost for season 5 of the game. Let's have a look at that video. Here are what I think are the key reasons why this video was very successful for the channel. First of all, the title is again very alluring with the ultimate Fortnite frames per second boost, but now it includes that trending current event, season 5. And as we said, The Season 5 version of the game was released on the 12th of July, and look at the release date here, the 9th of July, just before that release date. So as the topic was starting to trend and get really hot, and this is reinforced by the tags, which are more refined than ever. We have Boost FPS Season 5, Ultimate Season 5 FPS Boost, Fortnite FPS Boost Season 5, and you can see that they're all rankings to a certain degree in the search terms. And if we click on one of these search terms and use vidIQ's keyword inspector, look at the trending interest over time. Just as it hit the 12th or the 13th of July, interest was at its peak, so Marcelinios released this video at the perfect time, and this is what happened to it. Now, it took a couple of days for the video to take off, but remember that graph I showed you earlier of interest over time? The symmetry here is almost unnerving. Now, I need to stretch out the graph a little bit, but look how the video peaked in popularity versus interest over time. It's identical. This is a classic case of prepping your video for a trending topic that's about to happen and absolutely nailing it on the day of launch. Now, as we've been doing this case study, we've seen other small channels having breakthroughs with Fortnite as well. But why haven't I covered those channels? We'll take a look at now. The first one was Icons, and this channel had a very successful video on frames per second on Fortnite, 200,000 views. The big question is, what did they do next? Another video on how to win at Fortnite Battle Royale, and something about a personality's best moments, and then something completely different on Black Ops 4 before disappearing from YouTube whatsoever. So they didn't follow up on similar content. It's the same situation with Waves, a channel with a very similar number of subscribers to Marcelinios. They had a video here, insane frames per second boost, 3 weeks ago, over 100,000 views, but what did they do next? Something about you'll never see this again in Fortnite. I'm not sure what this middle video is about mid laners Season 8, free season pass, battle pass on Fortnite there, and only now, 3 weeks after their very successful video, have they gone for another video on improving performance for frames per second. So what they didn't do, crucially, was double down on successful content. On the flip side, what our case study subject did was not only follow up with more content, they made a lot of it immediately to strike that trending topic. So here is the Ultimate Fortnite FPS Boost Season 5 video that kickstarted everything. That was 2 weeks ago, and look at the number of videos they've made since then, all on a very familiar, similar topic. Fortnite, how to lower your ping, 3 new methods. Fortnite, best way to boost frames per second. How to run Fortnite on a low-end PC 2018 Season 5 with frames per second plastered all over the thumbnail. And look at the transformation in thumbnails as well. This was how the channel looked beforehand, 5 months ago. This is how the channel looks now. Very familiar, focused topic. Thumbnails that have a lot of consistency, branding, they're a lot more powerful, vibrant colours, always focusing down on that frames per second niche topic. And look at the view counts here. 4,000 views, 8,000 views, 10,000 views, 39,000 views. This channel has absolutely smashed it by following a simple strategy of doubling down on your best content. So what sort of impact does having a successful video and then doubling down on it more than 10 times over a 2-week period have on a channel? Well, here are the results. As you can see, there's a graph here which is barely moving, then all of a sudden, whoosh, we're into the tens of thousands of views. At one point, this channel was getting 18,000 views plus a day. That's an increase of thousands of percent. It's tailed off a little bit, but compared to where they were and where they are now, the transformation is unrecognizable. Another interesting analytic we can now look at thanks to the YouTube Creator Studio beta is impressions and click-through rate. This is where it was before, and look at the transformation once those videos took off. Not only has impressions raised by a significant amount, but look at that click-through rate. I've never seen one so high for a channel getting thousands of views. Up at a 17% range is astronomical. People are just eating up this content, and the channel creator is just creating more and more as quickly as possible. It's a recipe for success. Now, there's just one more analytic we want to show you today, and that's from vidIQ's very own channel audit. Boom! thousands of percent growth. If anybody has a better set of numbers than that, let us know. We want to do a case study on your channel. As for what Marcelino should double down on, well, you can see it right here. It's pretty obvious, and he's already doing that. Now then, despite the success this channel has flourished in over the last 2 weeks, as always with any YouTube channel, there is still room for improvement. So, Marcelinios, if that is your channel name, I'm sorry if it's Mark Ilinios or something like that, here are some tips to help you improve your channel even more. First of all, I think it's pretty obvious what your target audience and value proposition is now on your channel. That's Fortnite gamers who want to improve the performance of their gaming experience. You want your channel to reflect that, so a brand new channel banner with graphics and a message that reflects what you do on your channel. Those thumbnails are absolutely awesome. We want to see that sort of quality and message throughout your channel. Also, your description. If you search for your channel on YouTube, this is what you get. I'm a 15-year-old kid who's doing random videos, random topics. Update that to reflect your content. Secondly, it obviously appears that you have no problem getting people into your videos with awesome impressions and click-through rate, but how can you get them to stay there longer? Your audience retention is at around about 35%, watch time 1 minute 40. How do we up that? You've got to think of ways to keep people engaged in your content, whether you're asking them questions, giving them more information as the video continues, maybe not paying off with a solution as early as the first minute or so. These are all things you will learn and craft as you improve your videos, as we've already seen with your thumbnail. So good luck with all of that. Alright then, let's rewind to the very beginning of this video and ask that same question again. Do you think you can start a YouTube channel in 2018 and be successful? If the answer's still no, I just need to make another video. If, on the other hand, you found this case study really informative, we've got another one right here on a channel that got more than 1 million views on a single video in the horror genre. And if you really just dig that channel audit tool that we briefly showed you, we've got a full tutorial down here. Enjoy the rest of your video making day, and we'll see you on those other videos right now.